Hello guys, welcome to another episode of my Excel tutorials. I would want you to like this video and share to your friends. Everybody needs to know about Excel, no matter whatever anything that you do, whatever job or whatever enterprise you're having, uh, you need Excel. Okay, so today we are going to talk about indirect. But as we are talking about indirect, we will be using data validation. I will take my time and then do a video on data validation. But for now, our concentration will be on the indirect. As for the data validation aspect, maybe you shouldn't worry so much about it. Okay, so what does indirect basically does is a function in Excel. Okay, so when I press indirect, or when I type indirect, sorry, it asks me for reference text. Now indirect text it takes in a string value. So what it does is that any string I'll type in here, it will take it as a named cell. Okay, it will take it as a reference or a named cell. So for instance, if I type H3 and then I close it, the indirect is taking H3, that is the value of H3, to go and look for H3, the cell H3, and then return the value. Okay, so for now it's 0 because there's nothing in H3. So when I type something like this, it is going to appear. But someone will say, but this doesn't make sense because I can equally do this. In this cell, I can just type equals and come and just do this. It's the same thing, but we are going to use indirect in a certain way that you see how powerful it is. All right, so I would, because I'm a teacher, I would like to use this data. Now I have in column D a list of items, that is the names of programs in a school. So visual arts, general arts, science, home economics, business. Now the reason why the visual art, you see that the name has underscore in between. I don't want to leave a space because when we name ranges or when we name uh, ranges, we don't leave a space. So for instance, if I want to name this range like this, and then I come to the name box and name it um, good, good, then I leave a space and type work, it doesn't want to accept it. Okay, so I'll just type good, then underscore work, so that you see it as one word and then to accept. Now you don't see the meaning or the importance of this named range. When I click on this and then I click on good work, it has selected whatever. So you can use named ranges to for your work to be easy. So if you want to select a certain set of items, you can name all of them together, and then when you click on the each name in the name box, it will just select them. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to say that this program, they offer, so this one will be the name range for a course, the courses. So for instance, visual arts, they offer leather work and all this. Okay, so it means I'll name this whole thing visual art. I've already named it, so when I select it, I'll come here and then name it visual art. Now this is the name for this, and make sure that in column D, the list that we are having, they also match the name we are giving to the list. Okay, so this one, my visual art, it starts with caps, and then here too is caps, so it's the same thing here. And then the general arts, they offer economics and all that. So when I select all this, I can also name it. So you have to name it. All right. And then we have biology, this one for science. So that one you name it. So when you select it, you see that it will give you the name of the first cell, that is F1. Then you click on it and then start typing what name you want to give to the group. So I did the same thing for this one, food and home economics. And then we have business here. All right, good. So it means that when I come here and select business, you see it has selected business. When I come and then select science, look at this. When I select visual art, look at that. All right. So all this works like that. But then that is not what I want for now. Although this is going to help us to do what we want to do. Now, I want a situation whereby someone will come. Okay, maybe you have a list of students, and then you have the program, but you don't know the person doesn't know the electives they offer off head. So when I select the program, then the next list should come along with the electives, okay, its corresponding electives. So for instance, if I select visual art, then if I come here, the drop down or the list I should have should be this list, okay. If I select home economics, then the list should be home economics list, okay. Now let me show you what I mean. So let's come here and then we want to make here the list of this, okay. For this, the user will not see, all right. This one, the user is not going to see this thing. Let me try to hide it. So this is how the page may look like. You may even come to a different page and use it, okay. So let me uh unhide it. Oh, okay. So I'll have, let me go to this sheet and do that here so that nobody will see what is going on behind the scenes. So when you are creating some mini software for someone, we have some sheets that you hide them or you will not let the user see it. So this is your own rough work behind the scene. And then this is the neat interface that you are going to show. So I want to create a list. So I'll go to data validation. So you come to data here at the top and then data validation here. Okay, so you select data validation and then you click on list. All right, click on list. Now, where do we want to pick the list from? This is the source. So you come to the source and then come here and then select them. And so it has given you the source in this box. All right. Then I click on OK. So now I have this list, right? I have visual art. Now when I select visual art, I want another list near it or here or there, wherever. Let me put it here. So I want another list that when I select visual art, I can select an elective from visual art and not from science. Okay. So when I select general arts, here the list should change to visual arts programs. When I select business, the list should be business programs or the business courses. Okay. All right. So how do we do it? That is where the indirect comes in. We will still use the data validation, but then instead of going to data validation and then going to list, when I come here, the source, I cannot come and select only biology because I don't know what the user will use. Because if I select only biology and then the user chooses business, then I've made a mistake. Okay. And the source doesn't allow us to select multiple lists like this and this, like that. It won't work. Okay, it will not work. Okay, so what we are going to do is that in the list we are going to use indirect, and you know that indirect takes a text value and then convert it into a cell reference. Okay, so this text value, if I type science here, it means it will read science as a named range, and so it's going to look for a range called science. So that is it. Okay, that is what will happen. But we don't know what the user would select, as I said earlier on. So instead of typing the science, we are going to reference the cell. So this cell A2. Now the value of A2 will be inserted in this function. So it is going to insert, say if this one was business, it will insert business text, the text business, and then indirect will take the business text as a reference, and it will go and look for the reference name for business and then list it. Okay, right? So that is exactly what is going to happen. So I'll click on OK. Now, when I come here and I click this, you see that this is the business list. Okay. Now, if I select, let's say science, the list should change. You see? So I can see biology, physics, chemistry, elective math. Now, if I want visual art, then the visual art courses are different. So you see? So this would dynamically change the list according to what you select here. And that is the power of indirect. So when you use indirect raw like that, you will not see its power. But when you use it this way, you will realize that it is very powerful. And you can also use it for whatever you want to use it for, as far as you understand what it does. Okay. So that is it for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.